Today's second reading from the first letter of St. Peter is traditionally interpreted as a reference to Jesus' descent into hell, and specifically the verse where St. Peter writes, "He, Jesus, also went to preach to the spirits in prison." Every time we recite the Apostles' Creed, we affirm our faith that Jesus descended into hell. What does this mean, Jesus descended into hell? We believe that Jesus descended not into the hell of the damned, but the hell of the just, of all those people from the Old Testament who were waiting to be released and enter fully into heavenly glory, included among them Adam and Eve. And Jesus, after he died, he preached the good news even to the realm of the dead, which gives us great hope who are alive. And we all know, although we are alive, we also one day will pass through the passageway of death into the realm of the dead. But there we have faith, we have hope, that as we experience that passageway from this world to the next, we will not die alone. Jesus will accompany us as our brother. Mary will accompany us as our mother, in a similar way as a physical mother is always intimately connected with her baby as that baby experiences the pains of being born. And once we are born, we have hope, we have faith that our Heavenly Father is awaiting for us to embrace us and to welcome us, hopefully, into the communion of saints, our heavenly friends. Prior to physical death, we have multiple opportunities to prepare for that physical death by spiritually dying to our self-centered ways of love, and instead to love more and more with God-centered love, so that we all orbit around our common center, as Bishop Barron describes God, our common center, who is Jesus Christ. Order all our loves around God, around Jesus, so that we can relate to one another harmoniously and not excessively compete for this world's goods. Yes, appreciate what this world has to offer, but not excessively, which can then lead to excessive competition as each person tries to scramble to get more and more and more than another. But these goods are limited, and they're intended by God to be shared. All of them, whether it's power, pleasure, honor, or finances. Nothing wrong with them, as long as they're properly ordered, specifically by love of God and love of brother and sister through love of God, our common love. We turn to Jesus Christ, and in the gospel passage, Jesus experienced temptations. He experiencing suggestions to him by the evil one to love the things of this world in a disordered way. St. Gregory the Great, as referred to us by Brant Petrie, states that Jesus experienced temptation, but only the first stage of temptation, that is suggestion. Jesus never took delight in the temptation, including mentally, nor ever consented in temptation. He only experienced suggestion to sin. Lent is a time where we are called to examine our lives, including examine how we respond to temptation. Do I ever take delight or consent to a temptation, or do I just experience a suggestion? If I experience just a suggestion and I go no further, then I'm definitely following the way of Jesus. But sometimes that is not the case. Sometimes we also take delight in the temptation and at least consent a little bit. May Jesus help us to grow, and when we experience temptation, go no farther than the suggestion. The devil, the deceiver and the father of lies, who wants us to fall into temptation by taking delight and consenting to it, asserts our Holy Father Pope Francis, is a joyless entertainer who never gives you joy. He gives you a little entertainment, makes you happy for a moment, but never gives you that joy. He promises us a happiness that ultimately he cannot deliver, for he talks a lot, he offers a lot, and he doesn't deliver, our Holy Father reminds us. Jesus, though, is with us as Emmanuel, as God with us, as God who gives us strength and the clarity to see through the deception, say no to the suggestion, and no to take even mental delight in the temptation, nor in any way to consent to the temptation. And why? Because we affirm our love for God and for our brothers and sisters. God bless.